All right, guys. So Jordan Peterson sat down with Elon Musk. I haven't been able to sit through the whole thing yet. I want to do it. I'm probably going to do it. But, that's one of those things you got to mentally prepare for, because it's going to be however long the interview is the entire time. I'm going to be gritting my teeth and face palming and wincing. And so I will do it. You have my word. Perhaps I'll give you another segment or two on it, although I'm not going to promise on that front. But here's a part of the interview that went viral online. So they're going to talk here about Elon Musk. He has a trans kid, and man, he said this is some vile shit that he said here. So let's listen, and then I'm going to break it down for you. Here we go.
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This was before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. I was told, Xavier might commit suicide if he.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil, and I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison. So I was tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. And so I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Killed by the woke mind virus. Guys, here's the most important fact about this, and actually ContraPoints made this point on Twitter, and I think she's spot on. It would be one thing to make this argument if Elon Musk's kid basically transitioned and then said, wait, what have I done? I've made a mistake. I don't actually believe this. It was like social pressures or whatever that forced me in this direction. I thought it's what I wanted, but it's actually not what I wanted. And then Elon Musk's kid detransitions. Then if you want to make some stretch of an argument of like, oh my God, it was all cultural, it was all environmental, they were forced into it, they just went along with the flow, it was peer pressure, it was this, it was that, it was the woke mind virus, then okay. Guys, Elon Musk's kid did not detransition. Elon Musk's kid is trans. And so he's saying, basically, my kid is dead, my son is dead, and my son was taken from me by the woke mind virus. Look, if you're taking the position that he's taking, the implication in what he's saying is he just doesn't think anybody is trans. Like, there's no indication that Elon Musk's kid wants to detransition or made a mistake. So what he's saying is just the fact that somebody transitions is problematic, is not okay. So it's a denial of trans people just existing. Elon, do you think nobody's trans? Do you think that just doesn't exist? It's totally made up? It's fake? So that is quite a fucking admission, bro. You're talking about your own kid here. Effectively throwing your own kid under the bus, saying they got the woke mind virus, or your kid is genuinely trans, realize that about themselves, and it was true. Hey, I'm fucking miserable, and I need to get out of the wrong body in order to proceed. Right? I don't know why it's so hard for conservatives to grasp this concept. It's honestly not that difficult to grasp. Imagine you're born biologically one way, but in your mind, you feel for sure like you're the opposite, right? Well, why wouldn't you do something to address that, to make yourself feel better? Of course you should. That's the whole point gender dysphoria is that, right? I was born this way, but I actually mentally I'm this way, and I'm struggling on a day-to-day basis to get by with my outward appearance not matching with how I feel inside, right? It's not that difficult a concept to fucking grasp. It's like, here, to try to explain it to somebody like Jordan Peterson or Elon Musk, if I force them to wake up every morning and they have to dress like a woman, I'm going to put a wig on you, I'm going to put some blush, I'm going to put some lipstick on you, I'm going to give you those fake eyelashes that come out, you're going to throw some mascara on them hoes, you're going to put fucking, make your eyebrows perfect, we're going to get your eyebrows tweezed, make everything on point, right? Give you some nice big old fake titties, give yourself a dress, give yourself a padded bottom to make it look like you got a donk, right? Walking around, fucking make you wear a thong, walking around, and this is how you present to the world. But if you're not a woman, if you're not trans, if you don't feel like the opposite, You're gonna be fucking mortified walking around. Like, you're gonna be like, fuck, this is not who I am. This is really fucking weird and bad. I don't like this. This is terrible. Right? So effectively, what Elon's saying is, I would like to force my biological son to stay a biological son, even if it makes them fucking miserable and gives them anxiety and gives them severe depression. I like to force them to be like that. And by the way, the reports I've seen they're estranged. This kid wants nothing to do with Elon. And what does he do? Instead of like taking responsibility and accountability and saying, I accept you for who you are and I love you, it's no, you're dead to me and the woke mind virus took you. So this is just being a shitty father. I see this as no different than somebody in the fucking like 1950s hearing that their kid is gay and then being like, I want nothing to fucking do with you. You better start liking pussy, because if you don't, I want nothing to fucking do with you. How is that not just being a shitty father, being unaccepting? And also, as somebody pointed out on Twitter, I thought this was a brilliant point. You have to spare me. You're the guy who named your kid like XE Zordon 3879 or whatever the fuck it is. You named your kid some weird bullshit, and then your whole thing here is like, oh, I'm outraged and disgusted that my kid wants to change their name. Like, what? What? The fucking thing you named your kid was basically child abuse. So what are you talking about? Oh my God. Let's see if there's anything else here.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty. And lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
So-
that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's...
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that.
You're such a hero, bro. You're such a hero.
And we're making some progress.
join the club.
Yeah.
Thank you, you brave, courageous people, for saying you need to take on the woke mind virus, which by your own admission here is like, we got to stop trans people. Okay. All right. I mean, I would love. Hey, Elon Musk's kid. I'm sorry, I don't know your new name, right? But I'd love to have an interview with you. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to get your side of the story, because Elon here is sounding as unhinged as ever, saying the woke mind virus took you, or your kid just happened to be trans, or that, right? I'd love to hear from you. So if anybody has a connection one way or the other to Elon Musk's kid, I'd love to get their story and learn from their perspective what's going on here. Because again, I want to reiterate, there's not a hint of, oh, I made a mistake, I want to detransition, it was social pressure that put me here. There's not a hint of that. This is just somebody who's trans. That's all it is. And he cannot accept that. That says a lot. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.